So hello everyone, in this video I am going to show you how to make the add to cart functionality. So here we have the product and here we can select the ID add color and we can make add to bag and it will get added in the cart or in the bag, whatever you name it. And after that if you go to the cart you can see that here is your product, and I will also make the favorite in our next video, but for today's video we are only going to make the bag or the cart. And if you change the quantity it is going to update the subtotal and the total price here. So this section we are going to create, and also the backend and the models we are going to create. So let's start building the sections. So first thing we are going to create is the model for the cart. So let's go to the model of our backend here. Here, as we can see, we have the route and here we have the models. So let's create the file. I'm going to name the file as cart.js, and up in the cart, let's import mongoose. So const mongoose equal to require mongoose. Let's take reference from a different card so that we can be quick. Okay, so these things are necessary, so let's put those things, and then this one is also necessary, the export. Along with that, the schema we are going to make. So const schema equal to, we need to name it something like uh, card schema. Yeah, card schema equal to new schema, and here you can give the quantity which will be of type number, and you should be in small, and then require will be true. Okay, so quantity is done. The first part is quantity, the second part is product, then the user size and the color, because generally the bag will consist of the title, the category, the size, the color, and the quantity. So these are the field which we are going to take. So first one we took as a is quantity, and then the product, which will also be a type of let's see in our MongoDB compass. So here we have the cart up here, and here we are setting the quantity as this, and as you can see the product is the object ID. So what is this object ID? The object ID is like the ID of the product which we are storing. As you can see, this is the ID of one product which we are storing. Let me show you the product. If we go to the product section and write the field like the ID will be this one, and hit enter. Okay, sorry, I don't have to put this, I guess. Am I doing something wrong? I don't think so. So ID underscore ID actually will be equal to this or this, nothing. So let's see. Okay, we need to give it like this, like here. Let's try. ID will be object ID of this is the ID. Okay, sorry for that. So ID will be object ID, and the ID will be, let's see, the ID was this one, and hit enter, and as you can see this is the Nike legacy canvas. So this is the product, we are referring to the product in the cart. So we are going to use something like this. The type will be object type, product type. So to give the product type we need to give something like schema dot types dot object ID, and it will be referring to the product, and required will be true. So it works like this, and also user will be of type schema, because we are also going to store the user ID as we have created previously as the, let me show you here also. In the cart we have here the user, and if I show you the user up here, like using the user in the user actually, if I show you the ID or will be object of this, then as you can see this is the user with the ID. So like this we are going to make the schema.type.object ID for the user also. Now the next thing is the actually the size. So the size will be simply the string with the reference of size. We don't have to give reference because we are just storing the string, and the required will be true. Okay, now the next thing is color. So color will be of type string, require will be true. Yeah, so that's it. um I guess I have stored the color in a string. Let's see once in the cart, and yeah, as you can see we are storing it as a string, so we don't have to add the reference. Okay, and here we need to add the cart schema up here, and here we need to add the cart. Okay, and here also let's import the cart. Well enough. Now our model for the cart is done. Now we are going to make the controller, or you can say the function for making like adding a product in a cart. So for that, create a new file called cart.js, and then let's make a function. So exports.add to cart. This function will be responsible for adding the product in the cart. So export.add to cart equal to async request response, and here we are going to make a try catch block, and the catch is going to catch a error, and here we will console log the error, and along with that we will also send it as a response with status 400, and the error will be in the form of JSON. Okay, well enough. And then we are going to get the ID as request.user, and then const cart equal to so we are going to make a new cart. So for making a new cart we need to write new cart, and up here we need to give the body, the description we are going to pass from the body. Actually I forgot that too, we have not tested the route. So before making the cart, let's test the route first up here. So in the try, let's send a response.status of 200.json with the message that response success, right? And now let's test this route or this function. First, for testing the function we need to make a route for the cart also. So let's make cart.js, and inside here, similar to every route, we need to import the express. So const express equal to require express, and the next thing is const router equal to express dot router, and then let's export the router. Export dot router equal to router. Okay, fair enough. And in the router, let's add a post request. So as you know, the adding cart is a post request where we will be posting the data about the cart object in our body. Actually, not in our body, in the request body. Okay, so add to cart, and here let's import the add to cart. Okay, done. And in the index.js also we need to add the route. So first let's import it. Const cart router actually equal to require dot slash route slash cart. Okay, now we will be using this up here. So server dot use, let's make it cart, and let's give here cart router dot router. Okay, so this part is done. Let's check the route using postman. Hit a new HTTP request, and here HTTPS. I hope I have turned on the backend, and as you can see here we are getting some error that schema.types.object.id. If I restart the server, it is still getting an error. So let's see what happened in line number here. Okay, here schema will be here, CHEMA. Okay, I wrote a wrong spelling here, for that it is giving me a error. Okay, so https dot slash slash local, actually not https, it's http dot slash slash local host 8080 slash cart slash, what's the name, let's see, I forgot the name actually. In the routes, add to cart. Okay, here we have too much routes, so let's clear them for once. Here it will be cart from the models, and let's clear this store also. And now hit a send request. Okay, we need to make a post request actually, and now send. So it is giving us a response that everything is fine. Now let's go to cart, like the controller, where we need to add to the cart, and here uncomment all these things and remove this one, and up here request.body in the spread operator, like we want the body up here. And the thing is like here, as you can see, we are getting the request, like the ID from the request.user. So we, as you know, we need to add something in our middleware to use this request.user. I have shown you in my authentication and authorization video these things, so let's do that. In the index, sorry, in the index here, in the server actually, yeah. So in the server we are going to make a is auth in the cart. Where is the cart? Yeah, here is the cart, and we are going to make a function to check the authentication of a user. So I hope I have made the function like here we can actually do something like passport dot authenticate and use JWT. Okay, so this will also work, and it is giving me an error up here. So yeah, now it is okay. So as you know, we can do this to authenticate using our JWT token, but the problem is like we are going to write this thing every time. Like, let me show you where we have used in our previous video. So if you remember in our authentication of check user, up here in the route, here we have used these things, passport.authenticate. But let's create a function, right? In the services, let's make a function so that we don't need to write every time passport.authenticate and jwt. So we can make a function like exports dot is auth, like this, and this function is going to check whether it is passport dot authenticated or not with jwt token. So you can return just passport dot authenticate and jwt, and I guess this is going to give an error because we have not imported passport. So let's import it first. Why should we wait for the error? So const passport equal to require passport. Okay, authenticate jwt. Yeah, so it should work, but first we need to add it up here, is auth, and we need to import the auth, which is pretty easy. We are also going to add auth in some of these routes also, but for now we just add it here in the cart. Now request.user will be available because of the because of this function, sanitize user, as I have shown you in my previous video. So for that reason, request.user will be available here. And now up here we need to make the function to add to cart. So for that, here request.user const user, here request.body we are getting here, and we won't be passing the user from the front end, so we are going to add the user for directly from here. So here user will be the id, the id will be the id of the user, so we are going to take it from here, and you will get to know these things soon. But first let's do this. And now const doc equal to await cart dot save as usual. And now um, what we are going to return here in the response. So I was thinking that we should return the, like, let's think. Here we are adding the user, sorry, the cart. So up here let's send the, okay, we will just send the cart where which we have just put in. But for that we need to first export the cart also, like here in the doc. I don't like, let's console log, or just in the response dot status, let's see what's in the doc. Okay, let's first see that. So in the body we are going to use something like okay, let's first remove this one. And yeah, in the raw format we are going to provide the JSON up here. So here the first thing which we need is, let's go to the route, actually not in the routes, in our models. And in the models, let first give the quantity. So quantity will be, let's say, 2. Then the product, which will be, let's take an idea of a product. So up here in our Nyclone application, here we have the product. As you can see, the cart is created. Okay, okay, so product, let's take this Nike coat legacy canvas. So let's take the ID of this part and let's put it here. And for the next thing, we are going to take the user, which will be actually we are not going to send the user, as I have told you we are going to get it from request.user. So the next thing is size, let's say something like um let's see what's the size up here. So the size is actually not up here, up here. So the size we can give is 5.5 and the color we will be giving is white. So 5.5 and then color will be white. That's it. And if I click on send now, you won't be able to see anything because I don't think I have added the route, or maybe, yeah, maybe I have. Here it is showing unauthorized. It's because we are not authorized yet. We need to log in first. So let's log in first. For the login, let's make an account actually, because I forgot our previous password. Actually, I think I remember. Let's click on the job. Okay, well, I have not added the route actually. So just go to login, and up here let's write s@gmail.com, I guess, and the password was password @1. Okay, this is showing unauthorized. Okay, so let's sign up once again. So for signing up, let's give s@gmail.com. Password is password and password, and then name is Shubham dash, and month we can give whatever we want, and then hit join. Now let's use the login from here. Let's make another HTTP request for the login, because up here in the cookies, yeah, so we don't have any JWT token. So for getting the JWT token, as you know, we have to use let's see what we need to use up from here in the yeah. So am searching for the route actually in the auth. Yeah, so for making for logging in the user, we need to use post, and our location will be http dot slash slash localhost 8080 slash auth slash login user, right? And in the body we need to add the password and the email. So the email will be s@gmail.com, and the password will be something like password @1. And if I hit send, as you can see, we are getting the user, and here we have the cookie. And now if I send it, I don't think I am going to get any error. As you can see, here I am not getting an error, and here is our product. We are getting the product along with the user, right? But the thing is, here I am also showing the photos. So if we are getting the products like this, then we won't be able to extract the product We can do one thing, that whenever we get the product ID, we can fetch from the front end with the find product with ID or find by ID. We can do that, but we can do another thing, that is, let me show you. Up here in the docs, we can actually do something like const element equal to await card dot find by id, and we can do we can search it by doc dot id, like the doc we are going to get here, and then we can populate the product. So with this we can get the full product up here. So let's see, in the element, let's save and hit send, and as you can see here in the products, we are getting the product, the full product up here. Okay, so that's the advantage of making populate. Populate is going to give you the particular product in like the id. With the use of that id, it is going to populate. Okay, so this is our product and we are sending it as a response. So add to cart is done. Next thing, let's make the fetch cart by user, because as you know, we also need to show the data. So for that it is necessary, and I was thinking that I will also make the update cards up here, because before going to the front end, because as you know that we also need to change the quantity in our drop down. Let me show up here. Here we are showing the here we are showing the id, and actually not the id, it's the quantity. Yeah, so here we are showing the quantity, and also if you click on here, you will be able to see the product. So for that we need we need to change the quantity also. So we are going to do that, and here as you can see, we also have a delete functionality, so we are also going to add this delete functionality up here. So for that I am going to make the update card, fetch card by user, and delete card, delete from the card. So let's first make the fetch card. So exports dot fetch card. Actually, let's make fetch card by user, because here we are going to like use the user, the particular user to fetch the card, or you can just write fetch card, it will be of the same meaning. We don't need to write fetch card by id. Okay, so here request response, and here we are going to extract the id from request.user, and then we are going to find it from the card. But we get the id, and let's use the try catch, and here console log the error, and then the response status will be 400 dot error. Okay, and in the try catch, let's get the card by the id. So const cart equal to await card dot find user by the id, and then populate. So here you can see that we are asking for the cart using the id. Okay, so here we can get multiple cards actually, because a user can have multiple products in his or her cart. So here we are going to get multiple cards, and the next thing is we are going to send it as a JSON format. So that's the thing. Let's now fetch the cart. Here let's add it first in our route, in the get request. Fetch cart, fetch cart, and import the fetch cart. Okay, so let's fetch the cart using the Okay, let's first again make a HTTP request form, and up here just copy this one, and it will be fetch card. Okay, hit send, and as you can see we will be getting all the cards actually. Like if I in the body, like up here, if I send another any other product, like let's say with quantity 3, and the product will be let's take a different product this time. Let's take some product like Australian Essentials. Let's take this, uh, and let's put the ID here, and then the size, let's say it's 7.5, and it is a red colored thing. And now let's hit the post, and as you can see here is our jacket woman with the title is, let's search for the title actually. The title is Australia Essentials. Okay, and now if I hit the fetch cart route, you will see that we are getting a array with two objects, and two objects because here we are getting two items from the cart. The first one is the Nike something, I don't remember actually the name, but it's what, yeah, so it was Nike Coat Legacy Canvas, and the second one is Australia Essentials. Where is the Australia Essentials? uh, yeah, here, as you can see, Australia Essentials. So like this we are getting two items. So now our fetch item is done, and the next thing is exports dot let's create the delete form. Delete, or sorry, delete cart. Or actually we are not going to delete the whole cart, we are going to delete a particular product from the cart. So for the delete from the cart will be an appropriate name, and then async request response, everything will be similar. Now um, let's get the ID. So the ID, I was thinking we should get the ID from the parameters for the delete. So const ID will be params. We will be getting the ID from the parameters as we were getting at the time of fetching the fetching the cart actually, I guess. Like we have used the params somewhere if I remember previously. Let's see where we have used the parameters or the params. So in the route, I guess. No, not in the route. Upper somewhere. Yeah. When we were updating the product by ID, we have used these parameter signs. So this time also we are going to use that thing to delete the product from the cart. So up here we are getting the ID from the parameters. Now we will be deleting it. So try catch as usual to prevent any error, and response.status of 400.json error. Okay, and inside the try catch we are going to fetch the cart using the ID. But we can do one thing, for the deletion we can just write await like find by ID and delete. Yeah, so cart dot, actually cart is the model, so cart dot find by ID and delete. That's it, and now we can send it as a response of 200.json. Let's just send the cart only. So currently I am not going to delete the cart. First, let's also make the update cart functionality so that after showing you the update, I will show you the deletion. Fair enough. So exports cart dot update cart equal to async request response, and up here let's write the code. So const id for the updation also we are going to use the params, and then the try catch and response dot status of 400.json error. And now initially let's think how we are going to update the cart. So what we are going to do is we are going to um, push the modified cart into this functionality using the request.body, and then we are going to update the old product actually from the cart. So we can do that. Const cart equal to I'm going to use find by id and update. So await cart dot find by id and update, and here the first will be the id. Like you need to give the id and then the all the parameters which you want to upgrade. So I'm just going to put request.body, and then new will be true. So what this new is going to do is it is going to give you the latest upgradation in the response. Otherwise if you won't put this one, then it is going to give you the old product only and not the updated changes or the updates. What is updated changes obviously. Yeah, so that's the thing. And let's send it as a response. Actually let's populate the product also. I guess it will be good because whenever we will be updating it, so we will be willing to get the new product. So for that we also need to populate it. So const result equal to await cart dot populate the product, and then we are going to send the status like the response. Now let's first um, see if the updation is working or not, and after that we will be checking the deletion. But first let's add them to the cart. Not actually in the cart, actually in the routes. So let's go in the routes, and then the updation is called as patch and deletion is called as delete. So first write the delete, and here the name will be let's see, delete from cart. So this is the name of the function. So let's give the similar name. And also for the updation we need to write patch. So patch slash update cart, and here update cart. Fair enough. And here if you remember we are using params in deletion and updation. So here give the id, and using this we are going to get the parameters. So let's check for the deletion first. No, sorry, for the updation first, and then we are going to use for the deletion. So up here we are going to make a new HTTP request using Postman. Let's make two actually this time. Yeah. So this is for the login, this is for the fetch card, where we are getting the cart, and here we have the add to cart with these functionalities. Let's use this one to update the same product. So Hmm. Here we are giving the size of 7.5. So let's identify the product because for the updation we need the ID. Let's make it a bit big so that we can see all the requests. Okay, so here we need to update cart, and here the ID is required. So let's see from here that which product we should update. I was thinking that we should update this product, Night Legacy Canvas, and here we are going to update the quantity. Okay, so here we are going to update the quantity. Where is the quantity? Here quantity is 2. So here quantity is 2, and here let's copy paste it for the updation in the body raw, and it will be JSON. Paste it. The product will be, let's see what's the ID for the product up here. So for the Nike, let's see what's for the actually here. We have the ID of this one, and here the ID is for here the ID is for the product, and here is the ID for the cart. We need to give this one as the parameters in the update cart, and here we need to give the same product up here, otherwise it is going to change the product also. And here let's make it quantity of 15 or 165. Okay, not that much, let's make it 4, and the sizes are let's make them default white, and size will be 5.5. So here as you can see, if it is the fetch cart, and if we fetch the cart, here you can see the quantity as 2. Now let's hit send. Actually let's make it patch first and hit send, and as you can see the quantity became 4. So if we fetch it this time, we are going to get the quantity as 4. Wow, amazing, right? And if I try to delete it, let's delete this. So here as you can see, for now we have, where is the fetch? Yeah, so here if you see, currently we have the Nike Legacy canvas, and if we delete it, delete cart, I hope this is the name. Let's check it once. Delete from cart, actually. Delete from cart, and this is the ID, and let's hit send, and we need to make it for the delete. And now if you hit send, then you can see this will be removed. And let's see by fetching the cart, and this time it should not be here. Let's see. So as you can see, it is gone. Actually it is not gone. What's the matter? um let's see in the database. Up in the database, as you can see, we have two products, and here I have used the deletion. I have loaded the deletion, and I hope it should get deleted now, but it is not getting deleted. Let's check from here. Like if I send like this and hit send, then as you can see this is getting deleted. And let's see now. Yeah, so the deletion is working. So maybe I have put the ID of some different thing, but deletion is working. That we got to know. So our backend for the add to cart is completed. Now we are going to make the front interface for the add to cart or add to bag, and then we are going to um, do all the stuffs like changing the quantity and then adding to cart and removing from the cart, etc. So let's do that. So first let's clear all these things, and now let's go to the page folder and create a new page. Let's call it something like shopping cart page. So shopping cart page dot tsx. Okay, not tsx, jsx. Yeah. So here RAFCE and hit enter. Now you have the shopping cart. Um, so for the shopping cart, we need to first let's see how the shopping cart is looking. Actually, I need to start my server. So cd backend and nodemon index.js. The backend will start here, and now for the front end, let's write npm run start. And okay, go to front end actually, and now let's write npm start. So it will start our server, and let's go in our browser up here. First let's go to nyclone application, and here our local host 3000 is going to start. So up here, if we go here, we can see that here is our bag. This is the things which we are going to make in the favorite section. We are not going to make the favorite section right now. We will be making it when I will be making the favorite feature. Okay, this one is starting, and now let's make a button here to go to the shopping cart. First, go to app.js to add a route. Up here, let's go to app.js and inside the app.js under the login I'm going to make, actually not under the login, I will make it under this product overview page. Then another one with path will be let's call it shopping cart slash, okay, slash shopping cart, and then the element will be the shopping cart page, and give a comma here. Let's import this one, and now okay, there is some error. So yeah, I think that was a glitch. Okay, so here we have our app.js, and on clicking on this we should go to our shopping cart. But for that, let's go to navbar, and inside the navbar I guess we have a route for the bag. Let's just search the bag. So here is the bag, and we have used the bag here, and on clicking on this one it should take us to the what was that, yeah, shopping cart or shopping bag. So 2 will be equal to slash shopping cart. The name of the route is shopping cart. So here if we will click on this, it is taking us to shopping cart. Now we have made the shopping cart page, and initially we are going to add the navbar first and then the footer. Now let's take a review. Yeah, normal, everything is good. Now I'm going to make a component of shopping cart. So for that, let's go to the component and add a file known as shopping cart.jsx, and here write rafce, hit enter, then um, hit, just import it here by writing shopping cart and import it. And now I think it is going to show us the shopping cart. Yeah, it is. Now for the next step, um let's see, here. So up here, let me first show you one thing, that whenever we shrink, as you can see, we find that here we have a go to checkout button, but if we elongate it, we have a member checkout. So it's different in the broad screen rather than in the short screen. As you can see in the short screen, it is on the bottom, which shows us a go to checkout, but on a large screen it is showing member checkout. So I'm going to make the this button go to checkout up in the page directly, because I want it to float on top of the footer. So for that reason, I will be passing it here. So here let's make a div, and inside that div let's make a button, and inside this button I will write go to checkout. Okay, now let's see. um, Up here we have go to checkout. Let's make it a mobile layout or a small screen. So as you can see, here is a go checkout, but as you can see, it is on the bottom. So I want to change the layout also, like I want to show it like this. So for that, let's add some tailwind classes. So the first one will be text white, and the background will be black. And then let's see, yeah, it's looking very bad. So to make it a bit better, let's give a padding of y of 4, and then a margin of y of 4, let's say. And now as you can see, it is a bit broader but not perfect. So let's make it rounded of 3 XL, and then let's give it a width of um, 90 viewport width, so that it can take 90% of the width. Now font bolder will be the font. Actually, let's make it bold. Yeah, better now. And now we need to make it sticky so that it can stick on at the bottom. So for that, here I'm going to give name, like it's a checkout, so let's give the name as checkout. And now let's make it sticky. Let's see, um, no difference actually. Let's get it down on the bottom, so bottom will be 0. Now let's see, still now no changes. um, I think it's because let's give it a width of full. Is it working? It should get down after I give it a bottom of 0. Okay, let's make it flex and justify center, and then items also center, so that everything can get into the center. And then um, let's give a BG of white. I know the background is white anyway, but still we need to give a BG white so that it won't be transparent. Otherwise, if it will be black, it will look similar with the footer. So for that reason, okay, with full everything is good. I guess when we will make the shopping cart, it is going to get down at the bottom. Now this part is completed, and um, let's make a link also, because anyway we are going to make a checkout page. So for now, just hit the make a link, and the link will go to checkout page. In this video we are not going to make the checkout, but we are going to make it after some videos. Okay, so this one is done, and now let's make the shopping cart. Let's go up in the shopping cart, and up here, um hmm so first let's see what we are going to make. So up here, um okay, so first let's make this layout actually, like this layout first, then this one, and whenever we make it broader, the layout is going to get sideways. So this will be a whole div, and whenever it will be MD, sorry, if it will be in the large screen, we are going to make a flex of row, otherwise it will be a flex of column. Okay, so let's do that. uh, yeah, also in the shopping cart, here, like, if you will see here, then it is getting big because we need to make it disappear when it is in the large screen. So for making it disappear, we can do something like, in the MD, let's make it hidden. Okay, so after the mid screen it is going to disappear, and in the mid screen it is going to appear again. Yeah, perfect. And now up here, let's make a div, and inside this div let's make actually um another div for the bag. And initially I was thinking of getting the products, but first, okay, first let's fetch the product. So for fetching the product, so let's make another function for that. Hmm. So up here, let's see one thing, whether we have a user or not. So here in the auth we have a logged in user, so we can use this to fetch our um, cart. Okay, yeah, so let's do that. And to do that we need to make a function. Let's make a route for the cart. Let's copy the counter here and paste it in the features, and then um, delete this one and make it something like cart. Okay, I guess cart is good. And here under the cart it will be cart API, so change the name to cart API. And here also, in the counter slice, let's make it cart slice. Okay, and after that, just remove these comments. This should be removed, these should also be removed, this should also be removed, this should also be removed. The function also we don't need. And yeah, everything is done, pretty much everything actually. And now I guess it is giving us a error. Okay, what's the error? Yeah, so no errors. And now let's add the card slice in the home, not in the home, in the store actually. So import cart reducer from dot slash features slash cart slice. Now cart will be cart reducer. Okay, and then we are going to have it like here. Let's make this function as so it is going to this function is going to fetch the cart, so let's name it fetch cart. Fetch cart, and here fetch cart async actually, and here fetch cart, also here it will be fetch cart, um and we don't have to give any parameters here. hmm. So up here we don't have to give any parameters, and let's import the fetch cart, but the fetch cart is not going to come from the cart. Yeah, so not it is not going to come from the cart API because we need to make it fetch cart, and after that now it is going to come from the cart API, and delete the comment, sorry, and now let's go to cart API and let's make the function, remove this set timeout, and just make a new promise. So the promise will be something like const response equal to await fetch, and the route was cart slash fetch cart, I guess. Hmm. Here you need to make it a async function. Now the response is looking good, but let's check this one first. In the index, we have slash auth, sorry, slash cart, and after that we will be having, like in the controller, actually in the route of the cart, we are going to have the fetch cart. Okay, so I have wrote the right thing, fetch cart, and now when we get the response, we are going to pass it as JSON, and after that resolve data. Fair enough. So we are going to save this one in a variable, so let's make a variable for that in the cart slice, and here it won't be increment async anymore, so let's change it, and for storing the cart items, let's make a variable, let's call it items, and it will be an empty array. Yeah, so this will be an empty array, and here we are going to store it. But first let's make another variable to check if the cart is there or not. Okay, we don't need it now. We will make it whenever we need it. So here let's make state dot items equal to action dot payload. So in the item, it is we are going to store all the cart products, and after that let's make a use selector also. So here select items and state dot cart dot items. Yeah, and our fetch cart async is ready. Now let's use it in our shopping cart. So in our shopping cart, let's import the dispatch, const dispatch equal to use dispatch, and let's import it from the reducer, actually redux, react redux, and after that um hmm I was thinking that we should fetch the card from the app actually. Will it be okay? Like whenever we get into the app should load all the cart. Maybe we can. Yeah, we can actually do that. There won't be any problem. So let's make another use effect up here. So up here, we have check user async. Um, for check user async, we can put it up here actually. For this, we don't need a use effect, an extra use effect. So, but for making the like for fetching the cart, we need to make a use effect. So for that, let's make a use effect up here, and here it will be dispatch, and along with that, um like we are getting the users right from the logged in user. Like let me show you. Up in the use state we are going to have the logged in user, so we can use this one. Like we will be fetching the user and checking whether the user is there or not, and if there is a user, then we are going to fetch the cart. So for that we can do something like, let's first fetch the user. So here actually we are fetching the check user async, and the user will get here. So automatically we can get the user by using const user equal to use selector, and under the use selector we can use select logged in user. I guess I have made the select logged in user. Let's check once. So let's go to the auth slice, and up here we have the logged in user, but yeah, I have made select logged in user, so we are going to use it up here. And let's import that one. Also use selector should be imported. So we have the user here, and up here we are going to check, like if the user is there, then we are going to fetch the cart. So dispatch fetch cart async, and now this one is going to fetch the cart actually. And let's see if we are getting any items in the cart or not. So as you can see here, we have an item as we have made use of it. We have one item. Yeah, very good. So okay, we have an item, we have an item. Okay, and now as we have an item in our cart, sorry, in our use state, we can show it up here. Yeah, right. um so we can use that use selector, which we have made in the auth slice. As you can see, the not in the auth slice, actually in the cart slice. In the cart slice we have select item, so we are going to use it. Hmm. So const cart items equal to use selector, and here select items. Let's import it, and also import the use selector, but it is not getting imported. Why is it so? Yeah, now it is getting imported. Now um let's see the item. So cart items. Okay, not like this. It is going to give us error. I need to console log it. I forgot actually. uh, so console log cart items. Now let's see. um okay, make it horizontal, and now we have a array, and the array consists of our item. Well enough. Now let's show it up here, but first let's make the back part. So for making the back part, hmm okay, so up here we need to first show this one, bag I one item. So let's make this part first. Here, let's make one div, and okay, so let's make one div. Actually, let's make use of this div, and here let's make bag first, and then it will be a flex, and it will be flex column. Okay, and then md will be, let's first like write h1, and it will be a bag, and now let's decorate it, so it will be text to excel. Now mm, font will be semi bold. Let's see. Yeah, looking quite similar, but it needs more styling. Also, let's make another h1, and up here let's give this sign, a horizontal sign and a small minus sign. So a horizontal sign and a small sign like this, and before that we need to give the car, like the length of the cart, like how many items are there. So if there is one item, it should be one item, otherwise it should show two items. So at the end of m it should be s, so it will be a plural number. Okay, so here we need to check that. So cart items dot length, if it is greater than 1, then we are going to show it items, otherwise we are going to show item. Okay, so as we have one item right now, then it is going to show us item, otherwise if we had two items, then it will be showing us items. Fair enough, but now we have to also add the number of items which are there. So cart items dot length, pretty simple. Let's see. So we have one item, so it is showing like this. The next thing is, let's give this h1 some styling. Text should be lg, let's say, and opacity will be 80. It should be a bit lighter, and then md will be hidden. Okay, so whenever it goes in large screen, it should get hidden, because up here we are not going to show any number. Okay, fair enough. Now for the next stuff, here we have made a bag, and here is our h1 tag of items. um Now let's so this is the first part of the bag. This one is the first part. Now for the second part, but before that, let's make another div out here and wrap this div inside this div. Okay, and after that, let's make bag, and width should be full for this div, and MD will be W2 by 3. So if you don't understand this, let me show you. Up here, this is a unit and this is another, this will be another unit, and if you divide the whole thing into three parts, then it is going to take two parts and this is going to take one part. So for that reason I have wrote MW2 by 3, because here I am going to make another div, and it is going to have a MD of width of 1 by 3. Okay, so for that I have made this. Hmm. Now for we need to make this part. So for making this part, let's write some CSS out here. I am going to write it like name it as bag second. Okay. And inside the bag second, we are going to show everything which are there in our cart. But before that, let's give a margin bottom of 5. Otherwise it is going to be like in contact with the footer. So let's show the cart items, but the cart items should be there, otherwise it is going to show an error. So if the cart items are there, then we are going to map them, and inside the map, let's make a div, and in here first let's show item dot title, um actually not item, quantity, and let's see whether it is showing us the quantity or not. So as you can see here, it is showing us the quantity, so our data is showing here in this mapping. So let's decorate it first a bit. Let's make it flex with, okay, class name flex, and then let's give a padding of 4, and then um, let's make another div, and in this div let's make items image and W 1 by 6, um, because I want it to take 1 by 6 of the part. As you can see here, up here actually, that we are going to divide it into 6 part, and this part is going to take 1/6 of the part. This is going to take, I think, um, something like 3 by 6 of the part, and this part is going to take like 2 by 6 of the part. Okay, so this is going to take 1 by 6, this is going to take 3 by 6, and this is going to take 2 by 6. Fair enough. So let's make this one. So in the 1 by 6 I am going to show the image of that girl or the product. So here I have wrote items image 1 by 6 flex. Also let's give it as flex and justify center, and also mx of 3, and then um, let's go to image, make it image, and in the src let's write item dot products. So for the products and the images will be, let's show the image 0. Now let's see. Okay, so it is showing us some error. Let's refresh this one once, and okay, as you can see now we don't have any users, so we need to go back in our localhost, and now after this we are going to have something in our cart, I hope. So in the state, let's refresh this one once. Yeah, so up here we have products. Okay, the cart is empty because I guess yeah, we are getting the logged in users, so we should also get yeah, we are getting the logged in users, so we should also get the cart. So why we are not getting the cart? um I guess I have wrote something wrong up in the app. Let's see. Okay, here we need to add the user. Otherwise, if the user is available, then it is not going to fetch it. So we want it to fetch it. So for that, let's see now. Now we have items in the cart, and if we go in the cart, then it is showing us error. Why it is showing us error? We have items in the cart. Number 24. Okay, on line number 24 it is showing image item. Okay, do we have something called product or products? Let's see. In the cart, inside the items, we here is our item, and inside the item we have product, not products actually. So let's change it to product, and now as you can see we have here we have a image, as we have the image of the product now. So we have the image of the product, and now let's give it some tailwind classes. So give it a width of, let's say, 16, and also a height of 16. Along with that, in the MD give it a width of, let's say, 36, and also in the MD let's give a height of 36, because if we will give the width of 16, height of 16 in the large layout, then it is going to be too small. So now if you take a look there, as you can see in the mobile layout it is getting small, but in the large layout it is going to get large. Okay, and after clicking on the product, we should go into the product page of the product. So for that, let's make a link tag, and let's import the link, and let's put the image inside the link. And up here I'm going to give a 2 equal to, and up here slash product overview slash item dot product dot id. So this is going to give us the address of the product overview of that item. So now this time if I click on it, it is showing me undefined. I guess it is because we need to make it underscore id. Now if I click on this, now also it is showing me the same thing. Let's see what's the problem. Here in the items we have in the products we have underscore id. So did I have wrote something wrong? So product overview, up here in the apps we have slash product overview. So why it is showing me error? Slash product overview slash item dot product dot underscore id. Let's console log it, item dot product. Now let's see what's the matter. Okay, here yeah, now it is showing up. So this time if I click on it, it is showing me. Okay, so it is working fine. Very well. And after this link, what I'm going to do is, here is the main div and here is the div for the image. After that, let's make another div, and it's in this div, let's give it the name of item details, and let's give a width of 3 by 6 as I have told you. And hmm, for the MD, let's give a margin left of 5 so that it can give and get some margin from the left. And along with that, let's give some space of y of 2 so that it can get some margins inside, like in the children's, like here. Let's give a p tag, and in this p tag I am going to give item.product.title. So item.product.title, let's see. As you can see, we have been shown the title. Let's give some class name, like not actually class name, it's actually tailwind styling. So item details. Okay, I have wrote the item details up here. So let's make it text of base. Okay, and font will be medium, then leading will be 6, let's say, and um text gray, let's give it 900. Now let's see. Yeah, looking pretty good. Now for the next part, let's make um okay, I want to, like, if someone click on the title also, he should get into the product page. So for that, let's make another link up here and put it like this. After this one, let's make another p, and here let's write item.product.category. Hit save. Now let's see. As you can see, we have been shown the category. Now we need to show the size, I guess. Yeah, size, color, and quantity. Quantity will be a drop down. Okay, so here we have p category, and then another div. Let's make this div. Okay. Hmm. Up here we have size. So for that, let's make actually let's make a p tag only for this one, and give a class name of text sm, font medium, and then leading will be 6, then text gray will be, let's say, it will be something like what should I give it? Okay, let's just give it 900. And up here I'm going to show the size, and the size will be item dot size. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, quite impressive. And after this p, um Let's make one for the color also. Will be items dot color. Let's see. Yeah, color is also showing me here. And after this, the quantity. Okay, so for the quantity, let's make a div, and in this div, um, let's give a label, and for the label I'm going to give the HTML for quantity. Actually you don't need it. Okay, whatever. So class name will be okay, just give quantity or qty in the label, and then in the let's make a select, and up in the select let's, okay, where is the select? Yeah, in the select we don't need the id and name, so remove it. We need the value, and the value will be item dot quantity. And um after changing, let's make a use state actually, or we can directly upload it, like update the cart. So using this quantity we are going to update the cart. So for that, let's make a function called handle quantity. So const handle quantity, and here we are going to get the e and also the item. So using this item we are going to update the cart, and up here on change will be handle cart. Okay, so I have named it handle cart. Okay, no, handle quantity. So handle quantity, and we will be passing e and the item. Okay, so and inside the select, let's give certain options, like option will be here with 1 and the value will be 1. Then it will be 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's make a double cursor here, and let's make it 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, fair enough. And if I change it, let's see what it is going to do. So let's console log the item, and along with them the quantity also. So e dot target dot value will be the quantity. Let's see up here. If I click on 1, as you can see it is giving me the quantity of 1 and the item itself. If I give it 5, it is going to show me like this, but as you can see it is showing me 3. So as the value is coming from item dot quantity, so whenever we need to change it first directly from the database, and after it will change, it is going to reflect the item quantity up there. So for updating it, we can make another function in the use state, or sorry, in the cart API. So let's go in the cart API, and here let's make another functions for the update cart. So just copy this one and change the name to update cart. We don't need any amount here, either here also. Actually here we need the item. So item, hmm. And we are going to modify the quantity directly in the front end. Okay, like directly in the shopping cart at that function handle quantity. So after that we are going to get the updated item here, and we need to pass it. So here update cart, and then give a slash and then the item.id. As if you remember, we are passing the id of the item. um, Let me show you in the the route. As you can see here, we are passing an id. So here we need to pass an id, and after that the method will be patch, and then the body will be json.stringify, and stringify the item, and then as the header will be in the format of application JSON. So content type will be application JSON. Fair enough. And are going to get the updated data, and we are going to show the data up here. Here we are going to receive the updated data, and after that we will be updating that particular item in the cart slice. So let's go to the cart slice, and after that let's make the function for the update cart async. So for the update cart async, I need to write here update cart async, here const. Okay, today I'm making much mistake. Okay, update cart, and then here also update cart. Here we are going to get the item, and we are going to pass the item in the update cart. Let's import the update cart from cart API, and now our function is ready, update cart async. After that, let's add the cases. So for the update cart, it will be a bit different. Here we are not going to add everything in the item. We are going to change a particular product of the item, or you can say in the items we are going to change a particular product. So here let's copy this thing up, and then right here update cart async. Here also modify it to update cart async. So here it will be loaded, but here we are not directly going to pass the action.payload. So first what we are going to do is we are going to search for the index of the item which we have changed the quantity. So for that, let's search the index first using the method find index. So const state equal to index equal to state dot items, yeah, state dot items dot find index of that particular item, where the item will be having an item ID similar to the action payload ID, right? And after that, state dot items of index. Okay, items of index. So we are going to modify that particular item with action dot payload. Why I am making so much mistake today? Yeah, so we are going to modify that particular item only, so it should change it. And after that, everything will be similar, I guess. Now let's see by changing it. If I change it to 1, it is not getting changed. I think I have not added any the dispatch up in the handle quantity, and I was right. So let's change it. So here we are going to do something like hmm, so up in the handle quantity, Here we are getting the item. Actually up here I don't think we need the E tag, or maybe we need it. Hmm. Yeah, actually we need it because we are changing the quantity and E is going to give us the E dot target dot value. So yeah, we need it actually. So here let's dispatch the update cart as sync, and after that we are going to modify the ID. Like the ID will be cart dot id, sorry, cart dot id, items dot item dot id, and the quantity will be um e dot target dot value, but it is going to be a string, so we need to make it integer by adding a plus symbol. Pretty simple. And now I hope it is going to work. Let's see if I change it now, and it is showing us some error. That undefined id, okay, in the shopping cart 27. So where is the hmm. Let's first print the item once. So console log item, and now if I reload this one shopping cart, and if I change it, as you can see we are going to have the ID, and we need to modify the item ID. Hmm. Okay, now I understand. Up in here we are giving the item dot id, so here we need to give underscore id, and now it should work. Let's check by, okay, let's, I hope I have uncommented it. Yeah, uncomment it and save it, and now if I change it, as you can see the quantity is changing, and whether it is changing on the database also, let's see. Let's open the database actually. So MongoDB compass, and connect the MongoDB compass and go to next. Here like clone application, and here as you can see the quantity is 2, and if I change it to 5, and let's see, and boom, we are getting 5. Very good. So this one is working, this one is working pretty good. And for the next step we need to add a dustbin to delete the item. So for that, here we have a div out here, and after this div, which is for, okay, let's see one thing. Like here I also need to add the MRP. So after this div we need to make, hmm, actually I guess the dustbin is the part of this div also only. So after the section of this div, let's add our image. and here we got the image, and the image we are going to get is the dustbin. So dustbin, and we need to import the image also. So for that, let's import it. Import dustbin from assets slash dustbin.png. Fair enough. Now let's see whether we are getting that dustbin or not. As you can see, we are getting a huge dustbin, so let's modify it a bit by adding a class name. Let's give it a height of 6 and a width of 6. Now it will be fine. Yeah, now it is looking good. And for the quantity, um let's give some gap actually. Yeah, that should do the job. Yeah, pretty good. And after that, the image part is done, and now let's show the price. So for that, let's name it items price. Yeah, and width will be 2 by 6, and along with that, it will be a justify center, and inside this div let's give a p tag, and for this let's give a text of sm and font medium, and then leading 6 and gray 900. Yeah, it will look good. And then mrp will be item dot product dot discount price. Okay, very well. And as you can see, we can see the amount. Nice. Now we are going to make the summary part. So for that, here we are done with the cart section or the second bag. Hmm. So after the second bag, let's make the summary in a different div. Here will be the summary, and up here it will be like in the MD it will be width of 1 by 3. Okay, um let's see. Yeah, well enough. And up here let's make a div, and inside this div let's give a h1 tag, and inside this h1 tag write summary. Okay, and in this h1 just give class name of text2xl, and then font semi bold. Nice. And in this div let's give flex and flex column with my of 10. Okay, now where is our summary? Here is our summary. And whenever we are in a large layout, it should get in the right hand side, but it is not getting in the right hand side. It's because up here, so this is the bag. Let's make another div here actually. So up here let's make another div, and let's give it MD of flex and LG of PX 48. Okay, and inside this div I'm going to put the bag, the whole bag actually, but I don't want the summary inside this bag, so I will just make it one div down. And now the whole thing, the whole div bag have back first and back second, so I will just um cut this down and paste it inside this div, and also this summary I'm going to cut it and paste it in at the bottom of this div. Now yeah, now it is looking good. So in the mobile layout it will go down, and in the tab layout it is going to get up. Fair enough. And now after this div, after this summary actually, um, we are done with this one. Then let's make for the pricing, like as you can see here we have the subtotal and everything like this. I am going to um like I'm going to name the whole thing as pricing up here. So here dot pricing, and then inside this let's make another div of subtotal, and here let's give a flex class along with justify between, because up here as you can see there is so much difference, so it's because of justify between. And inside this let's make actually this first one is subtotal, after that it will be estimated delivery and handling. So this is the first part which we are making. So under the subtotal we are going to have two things. The first one is the subtotal itself, and then the pricing of the subtotal, like the amount of the subtotal I mean to say. So for that let's write h2, and inside the h2 write subtotal, and then up here let's give another h2, and here let's give the Indian currency, and then the amount. um so the amount will be what will be the amount actually, we need to calculate it. So for that let's make another variable to get the total amount. So go to constant, actually not in the constant, in the services of the front end, and up here after the Indian currency let's make a function, export const get total amount equal to items, and here we are going to calculate the amount. So as you can see here we have the items, and from the items we are going to like take the discount price and the quantity and multiply it and add the amount. Okay, so I'm going to use the reduce function, which we will be having in the, like it's a function of arrays. So return items dot reduce, and here the first one will be amount and the second one will be item. Okay, and Hmm. So item dot product dot discount price. If you remember, we have the discount price in every product, and after that the quantity plus the amount, and the default will be 0. Okay, it was giving me some suggestions, but I failed to take it. Okay, now it is good. And but it's showing some error. Yeah, now it is going to give us the total price excluding the taxes, and I was thinking that we are not going to include any tax, so for that, um yeah, so now we will be getting the price using this. So here, let's make a variable const total amount excluding tax. Just write it like this, and then get total amount, import the function, and then the cart items. Okay, so here I am passing the cart item, and here I am going to get the total amount excluding tax, and I'm going to put it up here in the subtotal, and let's see how it is looking up. So here, as you can see, it is going to change now according to the quantity. Like if I change the quantity to 4, and um, now we don't have the user, I guess. Let's reload it once, and we are not getting the user anymore. Let's see why. If I reload it, then we are going to get the user in here. Actually, the logged in user is not here now. Hmm. So what's the problem? Check user is getting unauthorized. Okay. Um. Okay. So let's make something like login a user. Um. S at the rate of gmail.com. If I remember, at the password was password at the rate of 1. And if I hit and it is showing me unauthorized. Okay. So yeah. Now we need to delete this one. The console log, but still, yeah, now we have the user, and as we have the user, we are going to have the item in the cart, and as we have the item in the cart, so we will be able to change it. So let's make it once, and let's see if the subtotal is getting changed or not. So if I click one, as you can see, the subtotal is getting changed according to the quantity. Okay, fair enough, very good. And now the next thing which we are going to um make is hmm, actually you can include some tags also, like plus tags. You can do this, and you can add some tags. Let's make a constant for the tags. Maybe we will be using it in the future, but not for now. So for the tags, let's import the tags. Okay, so tags part is done, and now it will be similar for the tags also, like um here subtotal, and then um estimated delivery and handling. hmm so here estimated delivery and handling, and here also write the name as estimated delivery and handling. Okay, and let's add some styling class here in the subtotal. I forgot to add these things. So here text will be LG, and then font will be medium, then leading will be 6, and text gray will be 900. Nice. And after that, uh, up here also I was thinking I'm going to use the same thing. Yeah, very well. And then we are going to give the Indian currency along with, just let's give the tax, it will be 0. And after that, the next thing is the total. So the total will be total, here also total, and actually let's give here a class of text LG and put it all over this again. And here is our total will be um, Indian currency first, and then here actually we are not going to add the tax, instead we are going to add the tax here. Okay, not actually here, actually here tax plus total amount excluding tax. Okay, so it's like this. Yeah, now it is looking kind of bad, actually it is looking kind of bad. So here in the pricing I was thinking that we should give some CSS. So this is the summary is actually looking quite good. But under the pricing here, hmm, actually it's because we are in a very small layout, at the tab layout at that time. We don't have to make that much changes, actually is going to do the job for us. So yeah, not needed actually, don't make unnecessary changes. And after that we are going to add the member checkout. um in the total maybe I am going to give a margin top of 4. Okay, and that's it. hmm. Let's see. Yeah, that's it actually. Now we need to make this member checkout button. So for making that member checkout button, we can do something like um so I guess the summary div is over, and now hmm, after the pricing div and inside the summary div, let's make a link, and inside that link let's make 2 equal to checkout. Okay, 2 equal to slash checkout, and inside this link let's make a button where it will be written as member checkout. Okay, and in this button let's add some class like width full and background black, then text white, and after that padding y of let's say 4 and rounded will be 3xl. Then let's give a margin of 8 from the top, and margin actually margin of y, let's give margin of bottom 8 and margin of top 14. And when it will be MD, then only it is going to show it. Like for the mid-range device it is going to show flex, otherwise it will be hidden in the mobile layout, because as you know we have already made a checkout button in our mobile layout in the shopping cart page. Up here as you can see we have this button, so we don't have to hide it when it will be in the mobile layout. And it will be justify center and item center, then cursor pointer, and at last on hover it should have a opacity of let's say 75. Now let's see. Pretty good. And yeah, um so we made this one, and again it is not going to work because I think the user is again logged out. Okay, no, it is working actually. So yeah, that's it I guess. Now I need to make the add to cart functionality. So if you go here and click on add to cart, the item should get added into the cart. So for that let's go to the actually we need to go to the product overview, and here is our product overview page. Okay, so we need to add a on click listener on this bag, add to bag. So on click, let's name it as add to cart. Okay, and add to cart handler actually. Okay, and copy it, and now let's make a function for adding it to the cart. So const add to cart handler, and up here we need to check something like if the user is available or not, because if the user is not logged in, then he won't be able to add to cart, right? So for that we need to check for the user, and for checking the user we need to get the user here in this component. So for getting the user we are going to use the select logged in user. So const user equal to use selector select logged in user. Okay, and here we are going to get the user, and um, like if the user is not here, we are like if the user is here, then only we are going to allow him to add to cart. And the next thing is if cart items actually we need to check that whether the item is like the whatever item we are selected is present in the particular, like the particular product is present in the cart already or not. So we need to check that. So for that, we need to get the cart items. So for getting the cart items, we have already made the um, select items actually. Const cart items equal to use selector select um, select, actually I forgot the name. So just go to cart slice and up here select items. Yeah. So here write select items, and with this we are going to get the cart. So here let's write like we are going to find like whether if there is a index of the particular product which we are currently in now in our product overview page. So if that product already exists in the cart, then we are not going to add it again, because there is no meaning of adding two items, say two similar items in a cart. So for that, so cart items dot find index, and if it finds the index of the item, which is item dot product dot id, if it is equal to product dot id, like the id of the product we are currently in, if it is lesser than 0, then that means that the item is not present in the cart. Otherwise, if it gives us index, that means, and obviously the index will be like equal to 0 or greater than 0, then that means that the item is in the cart. So yeah, and we are also going to check one thing, that whether the person have selected the color and the size. So if select color, okay, what have I done? I guess I have made the selected color, and yeah, here we have the selected color. If you remember that we have made a use state, and up here, um, um, whenever we change the color, the select color is getting changed. So if the select color is not null and the select size is also not null, then only we are going to add the product in the cart. And why select items is shown here? Okay, I forgot to import it. And these things it is going to check, and if the item is not there, then we will be adding that item in the cart. But first let's console log the product, and let's see whether it is working or not. So this is our local host, and if I click on add to bag, nothing. Okay, I guess I have not added the this thing in the cart, or I guess there is no user actually. Let's see. Yeah, the user is here. The next thing is, okay, I have not selected any of the colors. So if I add to bag now also it is not working. I guess um I did something wrong, I guess. Let's console log the size, selected size, and along with that the selected color. Now let's see. Uh, yeah, as you can see, the selected size is this one, the selected color is this one. So these two are not making any mess. And also, I guess the user is here. Console log the user. Let's see. I saved it. Yeah. So as you can see, the user is also there with the ID and the role. So what's the problem? The problem may lie in the cart item. I guess there is the item. So let's check for some other items like this one. And if I add to cart now, it should show me the product. Okay, I know. I think I know what's the matter. So I need to give. um, under this, and now also it is not working. Let's see product. Let's console log the product item dot product, sorry, cart product at cart items actually, and then the product also. Let's check for these three things. So the first one is the user, the second one is the product overview, like sorry, the not the product overview, the product actually, I guess. Okay, it's the cart item. So here we are checking cart item dot find index, and up here it is going to search under tem dot find index if any product dot id underscore id, if it is equal to the product dot id of the current product, then it is going to allow us. Okay, I have wrote here greater than 0, it will be less than 0. My fault everyone. So if I try now, if I remove this, I'm pretty sure then it is going to print the product this time. If I clear everything and now let's check. Okay, this time what happened? Okay, I have not selected the color. So if I select the color, as you can see, every case is passing. So yeah, this thing is working. But here we also need to give like here we need to show an alert. So we are going to show that alert using the toast. So for setting up the toast, there are some things you need to set up. So const toast equal to swal dot mixin, and here you need to import swal, I guess. The swal is going to come from sweet alert 2. Import swal from um, sweet alert 2. Fair enough. And in the mixin, sorry, and here we have a swal, and under the swal we are going to have our toast to be true, and position will be top end. Okay, um a position will be top end, so a confirm button is will be false, timer will be 3000, timer progress bar will be true, date open will be like this. Actually we don't need these stuffs. So okay, and now we are going to show the toast. So the first one is if there is no user. So if there is no user, we are going to fire the toast with an icon which will be error. The icon will be for the error, and the title will be like the reason will be you have to log in to add to cart. You have to log in to add to cart. And for the next one, where you found the item in the cart already, so for that you need to do something like toast.fire, and here icon will be an error. Okay, icon will be an error, and title will be item already in the cart. Very well. And if you have not selected the color and the size, then it is going to fire not actually an error, it will be a info that please select the color and the size, or the size actually, and will look good. Okay, yeah, that's it. So let's check them one by one. um let's refresh the page once, and if I try to add to bag, it is going to show me that please select the color and size. um and I guess the user is here, the cart, like the item is not in the cart. So if I click on this and add to cart, it is going to add it to the cart. And if I again check, try to add to cart, it is going to show me that the product is already in the cart. So let's refresh it once and let's see. Add to cart, please select the size and the image, okay, and add to cart. Okay, I have not added any functionality yet to add to the cart, so it is not going to show me anything because the product is not getting added to the cart. I need to make it. But yeah, as you can see, every other thing is working, I guess, for now. So here we need to write the program to add the product to the cart. Okay, so let's do that. So for it, we need to make another function in the cart API. So cart API, and along with that, I have also remembered that here we have added the dustbin, for removal of the product, but I have not made any use of it. So in this time we are going to make two functions. The first one will be for the updation of sorry, not for the updation, actually for the deletion of the product, and after that the addition of the product also. So on the top, actually, let's delete it and add export function, add to cart. Okay, so export, okay, export function, add to cart, and here it will be items, actually not the items, it will be one item. Okay, so add to cart and return new promise as usual, and this is going to be a async function. And up here we are going to give resolve. Okay, and const response equal to await fetch, um, add to cart, and here method will be post and body will be like everything will be similar. Right, and the data will be await response.json as usual and resolve the data. Fair enough. And now also let's make the function for the deletion function, delete from cart or delete cart, we could say. Actually delete from cart will sound good. Okay, so in the for deletion of the card we need the ID, so we will be passing the ID only from the front end, from the shopping cart. Okay, and here everything will be similar. So here new promise, everything looks fine to me. And did I wrote delete from cart? Let's check. In the cart router, delete from cart. Okay, yeah. So delete from cart, and here delete, actually delete will be here. I guess I wrote a wrong spelling up here in the cart router. Yeah, delete from cart. Fair enough. I want to save the changes, and now I want to hit save. Delete from cart, well enough. And here is the ID, the method will be delete, and the content type will be application.json. And yeah, it is going to return us the deleted data. Now let's make the cart slice, like the dispatch function for the deletion and the addition. So for that, let's write it here. Export const add to cart async, and everything will be similar. We need to import the add to cart functionality. Here it is going to get the item. Okay. Fair enough. And for the deletion, export const delete cart async, and like this, it will be delete from cart. Okay. So yeah. Now for add to cart async, let's go into the product overview, and up here let's dispatch this one. So um actually dispatch add to cart async, and here we are going to make some changes with the product, but first let's import add to cart async. So here the product, product will be the product dot underscore id. Okay, as you know, we are using the object reference there, so we need to give the id. So product will be product dot underscore id, and the quantity will be 1, and color will be selected color, and um color will be selected color dot color, sorry, the name of the color. As you know, we are getting the whole object in the color, so we only need to pass the name, and in the size we are only giving the size. So that's all for this. So now we can try adding the everything, like the product in the cart, but first, yeah, let's check once whether it is going to work for or not. So if I click on this and add to cart, um okay, I believe it is getting added to the cart. Now if I try to add to bag once again, and it is not showing me anything. If I go to database and go to cart, hit refresh, um yeah, it is getting added actually, but as you can see, the products are equal, and we are okay. So the checking for duplicate products is not working, I guess. Okay, I forgot one thing, that is to add the cases. So if you won't add the cases, then how is the product is going to get updated? So we need to update the product at the same time whenever we are adding the product, right? So for that, let's go to cart slice, and under the cart slice, let's make cases for the add to cart. So here let's duplicate this part, and here at the initial part let's write add to cart async, and here also write add to cart, and initially the state will be login, and if whenever we add to cart, then we need to push the new product in our cart, right? Now I believe it should work. Now if I add to cart, it is showing already added to cart, but still I don't believe you. So let's delete this one and let's refresh it. And let's see, if I add to bag, it is showing me select the color. And if I add to bag, I also need to show a toast that the item is added to bag. But whatever, I believe now it is added to the bag. And if I click again, as you can see, item already added in the cart. So yeah, it is working. And now up here in the product overview, we also need to give a confirmation that it is added to the cart. So for that, after the dispatch, we can show something like success toast dot fire success, icon will be success, and item added to cart. Well enough. So let's see. So it is already added to cart. We need to remove it. So delete it and refresh the page. And if I try to add, it is going to show me that you need to add both color and size. And if I make it, it is showing me item added to cart. And if I try to add it again, now it is showing me that item already exists. Okay, fair enough. And if I go in the back, and you can see this is the item which we have added. Let's try to add this item, add to bag, and it is added to cart. And if I see here, as you can see, yeah, it is showing added to cart. And we can change it from here. It is showing 3, but how did it, like, there is some mistake, like here the things changed. Okay, if I change it to 1 again, now this thing is getting changed. If I refresh, then as you can see, if I make it 5, then it is also converting it into 5. But if I refresh, uh, it is getting 2, it is 2, it is 1, and it is 5. If I change it to 3 and hit refresh, the amounts are not getting changed here. So there is some mistake. um, Maybe probably there is some mistake in finding the index. So let's go to the cart slice here. Whenever we are updating the product, here maybe there is some mistake. Let's see what's the mistake. So here we are getting payload.id, and let's give underscore id. And now let's see what will happen if I change it. As you can see, everything is working fine. So that was a mistake, but now you can see that if I change, it is also getting changed. If I change this one, it is getting changed. If I change this one, it is getting changed. So all this functionality is done very well. And now for the delete functionality, we need to make the delete functionality. So it is pretty easy task. So let's go to the shopping cart, and in the shopping cart we have the dustbin. And where is the dustbin? Dustbin, dustbin, where are you? And we found the dustbin. And up here, let's make on click. So on click, and on click you should use um, handle remove. It will be a function which we are going to pass the item. Okay, and let's make this handle remove. Go at the top after the shopping cart function, sorry, after the handle quantity function, just write handle remove, and it is going to take the item, and first we are going to give a warning like whether you really want to delete it or not. So for that we are going to use the swal, the toast. Actually we just need to import the swal actually. So swal from the sweet alert. I hope it got imported. Yeah, swal.fire, and here the title will be something like are you sure you want to delete the product. So are you sure you want to delete, let's give the name of the product. So like this we won't be able to give, so let's give a backtick, and up here we can give this item dot product dot title, and do you really want to delete it, and the so there will be two text, and this will be the title, and the text will be you won't be able to revert it, and then the icon will be not actually a warning, it will be a question. Fair enough. And I want to show the cancel button, so show cancel button will be true, and then the confirm button will be, actually I don't know what's this color, let's make it red, simply red. You will see uh, how it is going to look. So red, and then um, cancel button color will be blue, and then the confirm button text will be yes, delete it. So confirm button text will be deleted, cancel button will be true, and if they really delete it, we are going to get a result. And up here, if result is confirmed, then we are going to dispatch the update product async. Did we actually not the update product async, delete um, cart async, yeah, right. And up here we are going to pass the id, right, item.id actually, there's nothing called as id. And up in the delete cart async we have taken the id and used it in the delete cart, and in this we are going to add delete from cart. So let's check this one also in our cart, what's the name, yeah, in our routes. So delete from cart is good, and here also we have wrote delete from cart. Okay, I hope that it is going to work. If I click on this delete button, as you can show, it is showing me the same name. If I cancel it, then nothing is going to happen. So let's delete this Nike SB. So here I wrote a wrong spelling. So let's write here in the shopping cart, up here delete. Okay, don't make these mistakes like me. So cancel it, and now check it. So are you sure you want to delete this one? You won't be able to revert it, and if I hit yes, okay, I guess that I have not um made the case for the deletion. Yeah, so it is not going to remove immediately, so for that I also need to make the case for the delete. So for the deletion, um, let's copy from here and put it under this, just undo the semicolon, and here delete from cart async, and here also delete from cart async. Okay, and here also we need to find the index of the item, so do the same stuff here also, and here the item will be like this. So we will find the index first, and then we are going to delete it using splice. Yeah, so state dot items dot splice, give the index, and we want to delete one item only. Hit save, and now let's see. um Nike SB, do you really want to delete it? Yes, I want to delete it, and some other thing got deleted. Let's refresh and see. Actually, nothing got deleted. Hmm. Weird, very weird. If we go here, nothing got deleted. Why is it so? So here we are dispatching. Here it is delete card async, and it whenever it will get fulfilled, um, we are getting the ID from here, and state dot items dot splice index and one. So this one looks correct to me. Let's see in the cart API. Here we are using the ID, right? So let's console.log ID once. So let's write it here. This is for the deletion or deleting or whatever. This is just to identify. So don't worry about the spelling. And now let's see. Um, let's make it 3, and it is getting changed. And if I hit on delete, and yes, I want to delete it, so delete it, and this is for the deletion, and the update is getting undefined. So why is it so? Let's see. It is getting undefined because why it is getting okay. So here you need to give underscore. Yeah, that really annoys me. I always forgot to give the underscore whatever. But if I reload it now, let's delete the Nike SB. I hope this time it is going to get deleted. Let's check, and as you can see, it is getting deleted. If I refresh also, it is getting deleted um, from the database. And this time let's delete the item with quantity 3, which is the Nike coat legacy. If I delete it, and now let's see in the database, if I refresh it, as you can see, it is gone. So yeah, we have made the CRUD operation in the card. Also, let's like change this thing in the bag, like it is only showing 2. It should show us the number according to the items which are in the bag. So let's do this one also by going to the nav bar, and up in the nav bar, um here we are going to get the bag, right? Here we are getting the bag. So first, let's go for importing the cart item. After that we will um yeah, here let's import the cart item at the top. So const cart item equal to use selector, and here will be select cart, actually not cart items, um it will be select items, and from here we are going to get the cart items, and we just need to show the yeah so we just need to show the length of the item. So for that, like we need to check first that if the cart item is there or not. So cart item, if it is there, then we are going to show the length. Now let's see, and as you can see it is showing us one. If I add any other product, let's add to bag, and now let's see. As you can see it is changing according to the number of products which are there in the cart. So our um, cart is over. So that's all for this video. See you in the next video.